What's going on, YouTube? It's the infamous Demon Wolf. Hang on here. Got to showcase a little bit here. It says WFRB, but I got to showcase the name too. So, we are on our way to Fort Worth, Texas. It's gonna be a pretty good little trip. Figured I'd do a little video. Y'all won't see this until later. As you see, it's morning time right now. So yeah, you'll see it later in the day once I've had a chance to upload. So, big news. Some of y'all that haven't, seen my my Facebook page. The reason I'm heading to Fort Worth is to start CDL school. So I'm about to be doing a lot more videos. As long as my co-driver, once I actually get my CDL and start on the road, as long as he's okay with me doing some videos, I'll be doing those. That way y'all can see how my daily life is going. I've really changed things up. I got the full beard, a little bit bigger than the first video that's on this channel. So y'all are gonna have to excuse me though. I got the hiccups. Totally forgot to grab me a spit bottle today, so it's gonna be interesting. I don't know how long this video is going to wind up being, honestly. I don't really care on how long it winds up being. This is going to be a nice drive. I will talk part of it, and I may not. It just depends. You know what I mean? I'll kind of switch back and forth. Just trying to get my phone plugged in here because I don't want it to die. There we go. Yeah, y'all are gonna hear that a lot. Got the CB on today. Which that's something I did just recently, install it in Demon. Is I got a CB, and back behind me in the center of the bed, up against the front of it, is a 20,000 watt whip antenna. So we can reach out there. It's gonna be an interesting trip. Of course, driving up by myself, having a video as well as I'm going, which I don't like. I don't like this handle being in the way very much, but it'll be alright. Y'all can see me. That's all that matters. The music you hear playing in the background, what little you do hear, it's no copyright. I'm actually listening to it on Amazon Music, but you can find the same thing on YouTube. You just type in no copyrights, and you'll find it, or non-copyright. Some of it has lyrics, some of it doesn't. Just a little background noise for me. Can't drive with it being too quiet. They got all sorts of different genres though, so that's a plus. Yeah, first thing this morning, I got up at 6, got dressed, kind of sat there for a moment, gathered my bearings, trying to wake up, as I always do. And then ran up to the store, topped off the tank, stopped by the grocery store, picked me up a few things, because it's going to be a minute before I can actually buy food. Got to sit real tight on the money that I actually got at the moment. But this is gonna be an interesting time. Interesting time, that is for sure. Because I'm gonna meet new people. I love meeting new people. That's something of mine that I've always loved to do. Used to go on the truck with my dad when I was younger. I've seen every state other than Alaska and Hawaii. And that was in the passenger seat or through the windows that were up in the bunk. But this time it's different. It's going to be me making the money, me making the trips for me and for my co-driver, versus what it used to be. So it's going to be interesting, that's for sure. What I'll be doing and what my cousins are going to help me with, Jay Stonewolf and Army Vet Techs, they're going to help me with is we're going to make a big map. That's what it is. But it's made out of wood pieces. And each piece, there's a good spacing in between it and the next state. But each piece is wood, and it's cut out to be the state. And what I'm going to do is every state that I go into is I'm going to take a picture by a state sign, if I can help it. Or just in that state in general and throw a tag on it, you know. And as I go, we're going to tag each state on the wall in the house. So it'll be pretty interesting and a new tradition, you know. There's the 5-0. Luckily, they can't realize that I'm using my phone. I've got my phone off to the side, as you see, as a GPS, as far as they know. So I don't think they're gonna mess with me though. Nah, he ain't moving. He ain't worried about me. I ain't even doing but maybe a mile an hour over speed. So ain't no big deal. But it's gonna be one heck of a trip. I'm gonna really enjoy this. Like I said, meeting the new people, like the people that I'm gonna be in class with mainly, that's gonna be interesting. Because I don't know who all I'm going to class with yet. I haven't talked to none of them. So that's gonna be the fun part, you know, is talking to them for the first time. I'm gonna try to pick out somebody from my class to be my co-driver. Hopefully one of them wants to do team driving. I can get along with one of them. It'd be nice. We'll just have to see. So I was gonna do this video live, but for some odd reason, the upgraded terms or something with Pandora, or not Pandora, but with YouTube, is not allowing me to. So what I may have to do is wait until I get to the hotel for the night and get on my laptop and go through and do some settings, you know what I mean? So, and we are in the town of George West. Not a lot of people know this town. It's a smaller town in Texas. But I will tell you one thing. I love my smaller towns. It's me. You know what I mean? I'm a small town guy. I can't help it. I'm not much on the big cities, but I'll go visit them once in a while, but whenever I don't need to, I'd rather be out in the middle of nowhere. A little more fun that way, I gotta say that. There we go. But this is where I used to live and where I used to work, so coming through here on my way up allows me to reflect a little bit on where I've come from. And what all I've accomplished until now. I've accomplished a lot in 26 years. My birthday is literally this coming Tuesday, the 25th. So me going to class and getting my CDL is my birthday present to myself. I'm finally able to do the one thing I've been dreaming of my entire life. running this YouTube page and running my other one have come into play since you know, in the time period between wanting to drive a truck and now, of course. The YouTube channel, this one is gonna wind up primarily being my trucking stuff as it is. You know, that's about all that's gonna be on it. Whether it be me running my trucking simulator at home when I'm at home, or me on the road. So y'all are gonna get a lot of trucking content, whether it be me physically actually driving a truck in real life, or just driving a simulator for the fun of it. This is going to be an interesting trip. It's nice to kind of be able to show y'all me by myself on the beginning of a great journey. So I'm going to be leaving a lot of friends behind. That's the only thing that sucks. Having to leave this morning was a little rough. Having to leave my mom and my cousins and my grandma. You know, having to leave them to go do this. I'm not going to see them for a month. I might see them on video chat while I'm gone, but that's about it. I won't actually physically see them for the next month. So, and then once I come home after the schooling portion, I'll only be home for anywhere from 2 days to a week, and then I'll be out on the road with my trainer for about another month. So it's a risk that we all have to take. It's a sacrifice, you know, every trucker makes. But the end result is what's worth it, you know. So y'all will hear that a lot throughout the video. My deal trying to pick up people, you know, or my CB trying to pick up people. So I actually like when it squelches. It don't bother me none. It gets me to pay attention. So we're about to pass the old job. I don't remember who's working this weekend. I would go in and say hi, but I don't want to kill my time. I'm driving. Oh yeah, this is their weekend. Okay. Well, goodbye OES. I'll see you when I need to come and pick up the 401k paperwork. Set our cruise control here. But riding on the truck with my dad, you know, yeah, I saw a lot of countryside. I saw a lot of places I thought I'd never see. And I was a kid, you know, I was younger. So I didn't really pay attention to the trucking as much as I did the sightseeing. But now I look back and realize I picked up more on the trucking than I thought I would. I sat there and I did my practice test for my permit back a couple weeks ago. I aced every one of them first go through. I had no problems. It's because, one, I've studied my handbook about a dozen times in a couple different states, and there's only a couple little variants between states, so it's kind of locked in my brain. But a lot of what you study applies to being a regular motorist as well as a commercial licensed motorist. They kind of go hand in hand, so it's not like there's much difference really. But the big difference is I'm driving a regular size pickup right now, a full size pickup. Once I get into Fort Worth, it's going to be a different change. It's going to be a game changer. I'll be actually behind the wheel of a big truck. I've been behind the wheel before, not driving, of course. I've just been sitting still, looking at controls, you know, things like that. But I've never physically drove an 18. So this is a new experience for me to add to my list of skills. I have always said that I am a jack of all trades and a master of none. And I will stick with that anytime you ask me. Only for the simple fact of, I've worked construction, I've worked, I've worked a lot of construction. That's been a lot of my work. I've worked scrap metal, I've worked doing mechanic work like I was over here at my last job. I've been a cook. I've poured concrete, which is still part of construction, but it's a different part. I've run heavy equipment. I've worked at a chicken plant. I've constructed pools, the in-ground ones, not the above ground, but I put a couple of above ground ones. I've done a little bit of plumbing, a little bit of electrical. I've done a lot of things, and I've even worked on a dairy farm pushing cattle and taking care of the calves. So I've done a lot of different work. I've been a mover. I've been a maintenance man in a hotel. Like I said, I've got a vast list of skills and experience, and a lot of companies won't look at that, being good, because I've also been in the military, as some of y'all do know. I was in for 5 years. I enjoyed my time in the service, and I enjoyed knowing that I was doing something for my country, and whenever I got to thinking about truck driving originally, it was just at that point of an adventure. Now, yes, I still look at it as an opportunity for an adventure, as well as an opportunity to do something for my country again. Because, as a lot of people know, truckers are the backbone of America because we move so much freight, it's not even funny. So, yet again, I get to saddle up and, I get to be a big part of it. And that makes me feel good. I told my cousins, yes, me getting my CDL and doing something that I want to do and I'm really enthusiastic about, that's for me. But it's also to help my family out. I'm a very big family man. As much time as I get to spend with my family, I take it. Because at the end of the day, family's what you got. You can't choose who your blood family is. That's your family, period. But you can choose which ones to have in your life and which ones not to. I got a couple members of my family that I don't exactly see eye to eye with, and I don't contact them very much. So once in a while I'll talk to them, but not enough to really talk to them. So it's a little different with them. But you can always pick your friends, and most of my friends throughout my life have become my family, and a lot of them will be there whenever I need them to, and vice versa. I'll be there for as many of my family and friends as I can. I'll tell them, look, I can't promise you I'll be there to help you, but I'll do my best. Now, there's been times where, I can promise them and I'll be there because I ain't got nothing else planned. But you know how it is. Life throws you curveballs. So you gotta just roll with the punches. But a lot of the times throughout my life, in all honesty, I've made some bad decisions. But looking back on it now, those decisions have led to this point. So I'm not saying I regret those decisions. They're all life choices and life lessons. I've sat there and I've done a lot of things, but in the past definite year, I've changed a lot. Once I joined onto this team over at OES, I became a different person. My outlook on things were a little different. I'm still a redneck. I will admit that day in and day out. I'm a redneck to the bone. But, I see things with a little more logic behind it. Now, I do have my times where I like to cut loose, be a little wild, but who doesn't? You know what I mean? But I do it smart. I don't do it where I get in trouble. Because at the end of the day, I don't need to be in trouble. I need to still provide for me and provide for my family. You know, those that actually do depend on me a little bit. So that's a lot of the reason I'm finally taking the little bit of chance that I got and going and trucking. So, what's this dude saying? Oh, popcorn. That dude's sitting there on a Sunday morning selling popcorn. Okay. No judging, but why sit there on a Sunday morning? Change lanes here. But, no, I've been out of work for the past 2 to 3 weeks because I made this decision, and I've had to really cut back on a few things, which isn't a big deal. You know, I sat there and moved back in with my mom and my grandma for a little bit. That way I could also help them out. You know, it was great living on my own. It kind of sucked at times because all I did was go to work and go home. But, you know, that's a sacrifice I make. You know, that way I know I'm good. I am speeding a little bit again. But, you know, everything I do nowadays, I don't do just for me. I have to do it for me as well as the rest of my family. So, you know, taking the time to relax a little bit, get some work done at grandma's that's much needed, you know, stuff like that. That really helped me out and making sure my head was straight for going to this training. So, you know, having time off, relaxing the body out, doing some studying, getting some simulator training in, you know, is a big thing for me. And, you know, I'm sorry I haven't done a lot of videos. Like I said, I've been working a lot. Now I have the opportunity to do some more videos with my driving, so I should be fine. The way I actually have my phone held right now, you know, with a dash mount, I'll probably have the same thing set up in the truck. That way, you know, I'm not having to hold the phone and have my attention away from the road itself, because right now, of course, I'm paying attention to the road and driving, but I'm still able to conversate with y'all, so it's a little different. You know, looking at my financial stability over the past, I don't know, 5-6 years, or pretty much ever since I got out of high school. It ain't been the greatest, in all honesty. I've sat there and I've been up and down, up and down. You know, there's no such thing as full financial stability. But you can always be more financial stable, you know what I mean? You just can't be fully, you know? The only way you can do that is if you're rich. And I'm sorry, but there's two different kinds of rich to me. There's money, and then there's friends and family. And in all honesty, I would rather be rich in friends and family than I am in money. Because as long as you got the right friends and the right family, you're always going to be rich. You know, because you always got them people there to tell you, you know, that you're doing right. And to me, that's worth more than anything. So, you know, money ain't a thing to me. I could, you know, yeah, you gotta have money to survive to a certain extent. But when you grow up in the country, and I'm not gonna say just in the South, sorry, but when you grow up, you know, with that country mentality, you do whatever it is to get things done. You know, I've done a lot with a little, you know, and you don't realize how much you do have until you lose some stuff. And I've lost a lot throughout my life, but I'm okay. I've overcome. Makes you figure out who you are, you know, and I really find out a lot about myself in the past couple of years, especially, but really in the past full year, working with my last job. I've really figured out hard, you know, about who I am and about what I want out of life. So, you know, if you would have asked me 2-3 years ago, you know, where do you see yourself in about 5 years, I wouldn't have been able to really tell you. You know, now you ask me, that's a different story, because I see myself, you know, happy. And that's a generalization, you know, but on that same little note, I see myself happy as in having my own place to where me and my cousins can actually call it ours. You know, having this YouTube channel going really well, hopefully within the next year or two. Holy shit, I didn't slow down a little bit. Back off the throttle over here. Had to beat traffic, so. You know, I've had a couple vehicles that I bought off of a car lot. And this is the third one I bought off a car lot. Every other vehicle I've had was from an individual. Don't get me wrong. Buying a car from an individual is not a bad thing. But there's always going to be a problem. No matter what vehicle you get. Even from a car lot, you're going to have problems eventually. But one from an individual is a little different, you know. So the three vehicles I've had from car lots were good vehicles. But this one that I am driving right now is the best one, in all honesty, out of all I've had. And I'm really glad, because, you know, this has been a good truck to me. I enjoy this truck a lot. I got to pick it out. You know, it's under mine, and my mom helped me with it, but it wasn't a bad thing that she helped me with it, because, you know, she just wants me to do better. That's all my family wants for me, is to do better. And you know, that put it in perspective of me, in my mind, of I do need to do better, mainly for me, not for anybody else. Excuse me. Woo. Sorry, been having a little bit of sinus problems this morning, but anyhow, you know, having self-worth is pretty much what it is, and loving yourself. I've always loved myself, you know, because without being able to love yourself, you can't love nobody else. Well, there's a real gray area in there, and you know, I love myself for the simple fact of I'm a fighter. You know, I've survived being burnt when I was 17 months old. I've got scars on my head, my neck, and my chest. But did I let that stop me at any point? No, it made me a stronger person, because I know there's people out there that will judge you for literally everything you do. And you know what I got to say to them people? Keep judging. You know why? Because I'm going to prove you wrong. You know, that's all I do. People that judge and try to doubt me, I don't strive to prove you wrong. I just do it by being me and by getting things done. I've always done that. You know, I had an ex-girlfriend back a long time ago, about 3-4 years ago, something like that, that doubted that I could get a car running that I bought for only $600. I needed a battery and I needed an ignition, because of course they bought it. All the people that I bought it from had bought it at an auction, like a little police auction type thing. Didn't have a key. Okay, cool. So I bought it, cleaned it out. Next morning, got to working on it. With under $300, I got that car running. Literally. I didn't start it before she came out the door, nothing. You know, once I got that key programmed, I had sat there and I went over to Walmart and got a new battery put in it. And I rode my bicycle all the way across town to O'Reilly's so I could pick up the new ignition. Or the new key switch itself with the set of keys. And I got it put in. And I got the dash all together. You know, I got it all put back. Got the key programmed. I hollered at her. She came out and stood in the doorway. And I was like, how much you want to bet this ain't going to start now? She goes, I still don't think it will. I had my best friend sitting in the passenger seat. That dude has never doubted me to this day. I looked over at him. I reached up, I grabbed that key, and I just turned it. That thing fired right off like it had just rolled off the daggum assembly line. Not a problem. Without hesitation, I closed my door, I put it in reverse, and I went for a drive. I did a victory lap around town without my girl in the car. And it was only for the simple fact of, I'm sorry, but if you doubt me, I deserve that. You know, I deserve that little ride by myself. Or not necessarily by myself, but with somebody that actually believed in me. You know? And I've had very few people like that in my life that have actually believed in me. You know, I maybe can count on maybe two hands how many people that actually believe in me and are proud of me, you know, to call me their friend, call me their, you know, call me a family member. I'm not going to say just friend. I'm going to say family member, you know. And I'm very grateful to have those people in my life, you know, because if you don't have a strong support system behind you morally, you ain't, mentally, you can't deal with shit. And I have that, I definitely have that support system now, you know. Not saying nothing bad about the sides of my family, because of course I got my dad's side and I got my mama's side. My mama's side of the family, except for a few people, morally are supportive, you know. And Jay Stonewolf and Army Vet Tech's my cousins, as well as Norse Wolf. He's a cousin that I'll actually be an hour away from him, so I'm gonna see him a little bit while I'm up here. You know, they're not cousins to me. They are more of brother. Norse Wolf is my brother. He's not my cousin. Jay Stonewolf and Army Vet Techs, those are my sisters. You know, we've got a connection that most cousins can't even fathom having, because, you know, most of our lives we've lived apart. You know, Norse Wolf, in all honesty, we all just met recently. We didn't know we were family because we didn't know about each other at all. We were playing on the Xbox one day, or I was, and I got on with an old co-worker of mine because we started playing Xbox together once I started working there. Well, we were playing together a couple months ago, and he's like, hey, you mind if a couple buddy of mine jump in? And I was like, yeah, go ahead. You know, more the merrier. It's a little more fun that way. So we all got on, just started playing around, playing some Forza Horizon 4, you know, just driving around, having a good old time. Well, I started adding people as friends because, you know, I enjoyed having the company of them on the game. And we sat there. Next day I went to get on, and I started, you know, seeing who was on. And I went to Norse Wolf's page, or on his profile. And I got the lucky, and I was like, what's that last name? And I looked, and it just caught me off guard. So I looked again, and I'm like, well, I'll be dead. Looks like a cousin. So I got, you know, I waited till he got home, and I'm like, I messaged him. And I'm like, hey, you know, where in the world are you originally from? He goes, why? I go, my last name is the same as yours. He goes, no. I go, yeah. And we just, you know, we kept talking. We finally got to where we've been using Ancestry, or at least for Grandma. Well, you know, we've been helping, me and the other two have been helping Grandma with her family tree. because we want to find it out. You know, we want to have it to where we can, you know, distinguish who's family and who's not. So Norse Wolf was doing the same thing. Well, he sent us a picture of his family tree. And we pretty much merged the two together to figure out where the connection was. And he's definitely a blood cousin. He's a little distant, but he's blood cousin. And so he finally got the chance to come down and spend the weekend with us, which is good. I'll actually do a live video while I'm up there when I get to see him. But we look pretty daggum identical. It's kind of funny. You know, if you notice, I don't know if you can see very well right now, there's not a whole lot of light, but there's a lot of red in this beard. You know, it's the Irish in our family. It's a very distinct thing. A lot of the women in our family have red hair. The ones that have a little bit stronger Irish in them at least. But the males of the Stone family have red beards. It's just a thing. That's the way you can tell. And our facial features are pretty distinct. I've got, of course, both sides. I've got my daddy's side, which is Cheneys, and then I got my mama's side, which is Stones. I've got the red beard from mama's side, but if you notice, there's a lot of different colors in here. There's brown, there's red, there's black. There's even some gray in there. You just can't see it from this distance. But, of course, the gray comes with stress. But I think on my daddy's side, I'd have to do some more digging, which I'm going to eventually. I think there's black Irish, which that's where the black hair would come from. Because my daddy I don't see red hair in my daddy's family at all. You know, I haven't seen a redhead. Unless it was a married in cousin or niece, you know. So I'm having to do some digging on that side of the family, and nobody else on that side of the family does it. So I'm gonna have to dig myself. But I know there's Irish on both sides, as far as I can tell. But with the Stone side, you know, seeing Norse Wolf, seeing a picture of him the first day we video chatted, it was like, wow! You know, and I took a picture when he got down here and I sent it, and I was like, look, I got a twin. There's people out there, you know, I've got 2 or 3 buddies that I can consider a twin because of how close we do look identical. Back when I lived in Illinois, the first, second, third time, one of my buddies up there was people that actually got me and him confused because of how close we look. We're about the same height, about the same build. He's got a little bit of a gut, but it's not much, you know. But, you know, there's people that got us confused. And it's kind of funny. But me and Norse Wolf look closer, you know, looks-wise than what me and my buddy from Illinois or my buddy from Corpus do. Because I got a guy that I used to work with that they kind of get us confused once in a while. You know, it's kind of funny. Speed up. But, you know, in all honesty, there's a lot of things that led up to this point. Job-wise, I figured out where I fit in, where I don't. I fit in the shop that I used to work in. You know, I really did. But I didn't fit in like I wanted to. You know, I was good at my job. You know, I did more than one position. I worked, you know, the wash bay. I worked doing testing tongs. I worked testing our electric and diesel units. You know, the only thing I didn't really do was the paint booth in the CRT area. But I went and helped in the CRT area a lot, so I could do that too. And setting up, you know, staging tools for jobs. So I was really, really versatile at the shop. But I just never felt like I fully fit. And the only time that I really enjoyed my job was when I was out on a hot shot. You know, running a tool out in the middle of the night or in the middle of the day. Just me, a truck, and the load carrying it out, or carrying something back. That was when I felt like I actually fit. And I've always noticed that. I love driving, So, like I said earlier, CDL is going to be where it's at for me. And this trip's weird not having somebody in that passenger seat over there. I'm so used to having somebody ride with me all the time, except for my little short 30-minute trips, or if I'm on a hot shot. That was different though. Going up to do this, it's weird being by myself. I actually tried contacting anybody that was going to be going to school up here at the same time as me, because if they were in the area or on my way up, I was going to offer to carpool to save them some money, save me a little money, because why take more than one vehicle if you ain't got to, so I was going to do that, but I only know of one definite person going to school at the same time as me. So it's kind of just one of those it happens kind of things. So I'm not really that worried about it either. I just kind of would have liked to know a little bit more of who I might be in class with and maybe talk to them a little bit. But it's one of those, it's just a new experience. I'm really excited. Today kind of snuck up on me, in all honesty. I knew it was coming, but I was still just kind of like, because yesterday hit and I'm like, shit, it's here. Tomorrow's the big day. So it's gonna be an experience. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna take all the information I can get. With the outlook that I have, I look forward to learning something new every day. And I'm definitely going to do that over the next couple of months. And I'm going to do it the rest of my life, in all honesty. But I really just, I just really look forward to what the rest of my life has in store. Because I know there's going to be a lot of people in and out of my life. Whoever I can keep in my life, cool. Whoever I can't, at least I met you and probably learned a couple things from you. We had to go our separate ways because that's all it was meant to be. So we'll find out. But anybody got the ears on where I can get a radio check? Couldn't understand what he said. How's traffic looking on 37 on the way to San Antonio? funny because honestly, a lot of people nowadays, you don't see a pickup with a CB antenna sticking up. You don't see it as much anymore, you know, unless it's on a company truck. And back in Arkansas, I saw it a lot. You know, that's just the way we talk, a lot, you know. And I've loved running a CB in my own personal truck because, you know, if my phone don't have service and I have an incident on the side of the road, you know, I need to get a hold of somebody, then I can at least use that CB and hold, you know, and get a hold of somebody a little easier. So, you know, and also it gives me, yeah, there's a little bit of conversation you wind up having on the road with it. Not much sometimes, but just depends on where you at, how the weather's doing, you know, who all's got their ears on. So, you know, having the CB kind of helps me. Keeps me awake, that's for sure. This is the first time I've had a CB in a vehicle in a while. Just never really could afford getting one. So, it's nice to be able to afford one finally. I've had it in the truck for the past almost month, something like that. So, I especially wanted it before I made this trip. Ooh, it's getting a little cold here. My throat got a little dry. Yeah, I was about to say, people, you can go ahead and pass me. I ain't going no faster than I need to. I'm just doing the speed limit. I ain't exactly in a hurry, so my speed, get off the damn road strip, so. Back up nose is still giving me fits. I think that's partially while I'm talking. Oh, that's better. It's always good to keep paper towels in your trip. Well, for now, I'm gonna hop off here. I ain't made it to San Antonio yet, but I'm gonna jump off here and probably jump on to Facebook Live for a little bit so I can kind of catch up with some family and stuff. So, y'all have fun. This is Damon Wolf. I'll see you later.